Westbound. I believe he's on Century. Look at that cross traffic right there. He goes through a red light, and he does this move every time here. He slows down right after he comes through the light, and all the officers have to slow down. There they all are. Now he's in the wrong lanes of traffic once again. Again, part of this familiar pattern that we've gotten to see with this guy. And he's making his way back off to the west and towards LAX once again. And again, thankfully for the law enforcement helicopters on this.
Holy shit!
Planes coming in from east to west tonight. And that's kind of this new thing that we're really seeing. It hasn't been.
We're basically now right in the heart of Inglewood here, and now he makes another turn here, so that's going to put him going westbound here. And boy, I tell you, officers certainly have to be getting frustrated at this point that this guy has not stopped here. And again, more cross traffic that we saw going by there. Thankfully, not that close as some of the ones we've seen before. But boy, this pursuit has certainly had its moments here that left everyone gasping as he really, between coming straight on at civilian cars, coming straight on at officers. Now he's flashing his lights. Some definite dangerous moments there, and officers just wanting this one to be done. That's for sure. Yeah, well, he's now back in Inglewood. He's gone from basically Inglewood up into the Hyde Park area of L.A. Made his way down into Hawthorne for a time. He's been through El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, parts of Westchester, you name it. But right now he's back in Inglewood. He's eastbound, and he is now coming out once again to another major street here, and he's now he's going to turn westbound Centinela, they're now saying. So now he's Centinela from Beach, and I tell you, this guy has really been erratic, and we're not quite sure. Eastbound Centinela, they're now saying eastbound. And that's going to take him back off towards L.A. City once again here, and that's where the LAPD helicopter really is going to come in helpful there, because that is their territory. They know the streets. Inglewood knows a lot of these adjoining areas, but depending on how far this guy goes, they may need to call in the expertise of that LAPD helicopter to help navigate them through. Look at this. He comes up to the light here, makes a southbound turn, and he's on La Brea. And again, we laugh because this guy has just circled so many times. We're hearing the same street names over and over again now, and this is no exception. La Brea, one of the streets he's been on several times during this pursuit. So,
Alex, as soon as he crosses into LA City property, will then the LAPD get involved, not just with an airship, but on the ground as well?
Well, that's a decision that's made by the agency that's in pursuit, and Inglewood can certainly elect to stay in pursuit as long as they want to. Most definitely, they will be radioing ahead to LAPD to let them know that their pursuit is coming into their jurisdiction, and I'm sure a lot of, look at this, wrong lanes of traffic once again there. Look at this again. Whoa, look at this around another vehicle there. That was another scary moment here. And that guy right there is just pulling over. He's not sure what to do, but let's see what this guy does, because now, once again, he's stepped up his game here a little bit and is really putting the pressure on the police to try to get this guy. Here we go. We've got stop traffic up ahead. It looks like a traffic signal. He's going to come through here. All those cars peeling off to the right there. And once again, this guy driving recklessly, getting into the wrong lanes of traffic here, and that is again just raising the risk threshold on this pursuit quite a bit here as we continue now. We'll see where he goes here, but it looks like he is, well, just when we. And now northbound Hillcrest now. So, boy, right when we think this guy's got a good stride on him, he's going to kind of head straight for a long time. Sure enough, he makes a big turn and changes up the game once again here. So, I'll give you a wide shot. This will be a good locator for you. Off that dark area that you see off the left side there, that is the Inglewood Park Cemetery. So, we're kind of traversing southbound along the west side of the cemetery here, an area a lot of people know here. Oh, look at this. What? Wow, he spun out, almost hit that car in the intersection. Looks like he just missed him. Oh, wow, that was amazing there. Certainly that had to be the scariest thing the person in that car at the intersection seen all night there. Well, he just... now he's westbound on Arbor Vita once again, and that is where we initially heard this pursuit. So he's back certainly to where he began, and we do have some additional information now that we're getting from the police helicopter overhead. We now understand that in addition to this being a stolen vehicle, they are now confirming that this is a gang member, and they know his identity. And again, that gang member wanted for stealing this car now. So And of course, that added up with the fact that we watched as he tried to crash into an officer earlier in this pursuit. The list of charges certainly going up as time goes on here. But look at this. He's on the wrong lanes again, crossing over the 405 east to west here. That's La Cienega on the other side. Last time we saw him come here, he made a turn right there. This time he opted to go straight. Look at that. He's in the other lanes of traffic once again. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Oh, look at this right here. That's going to be tough. That officer, almost a deterrent there, and that poor civilian right there in the middle of the intersection with nowhere to go. Southbound Aviation. So now this is starting to get a little bit farther to the west of the 405 from what we've seen before. About the farthest west we've seen before was La Cienega. So he's another several blocks now off to the west. And once again, he's really right in the vicinity of LAX. In fact, as he comes southbound here, he's going to be coming down Aviation towards Century here. And that's going to put him just right around the corner, really, from the terminals. But nope, look at this. He makes another turn. And now he's eastbound Century, so that's going to take him away from the airport once again. You know, the police, they're really doing a great job of just staying calm, staying with him, bringing in extra units when they need them, knowing the area here. And the best thing that they can do in this case is really not try to rush anything here and just let this guy make the moves he's going to do. Now he's off into other lanes once again here. Look at this. He's coming head on with other cars, but now he's going to turn. It's almost like, oh, look at this. He turned. Oh, look at that. He comes kind of at an Inglewood officer there, and now they're going to block him in. They're going to smash him right there. Look at that. They knocked the bumper off the car, and now he's in the Rally's parking lot, and now he knows that they mean business, and now he pulls right back out. It's almost Keystone Cops there. Look at this. They're in a circle right there. Wow, that is amazing there. And now that one officer that had the bumper knocked off will probably have to drop out of this pursuit there. But boy, that was really interesting there. He didn't really beeline straight for the officer that was in the parking lot, but he certainly was making a threatening move there, just at the very least in terms of taunting the officer there. And boy, that really ended up not as the police department expected there. Well, we're just coordinating not only with the tower, but also checking in. There's a CHP officer right there. Now that's kind of a new element to this as well, and it's certainly good that he's there, because if this guy decides to get on the 405 either direction, the CHP is going to be right there and can quickly intervene and get involved if that's what Inglewood wants. Right now, that's the 405 off the right side of the picture that you see. So he's on La Cienega. He just essentially drove under where planes would normally be coming into land, although because it's a late hour of night here, there have been no planes coming into land for a while now. They switched the pattern at night to where the planes come in over the ocean for noise abatement. So now he's coming back across the 405 for the umpteenth time here, really. We've seen him cross here several times. He's on Arbor Vitae once again.
Arbor Vitae, where this all began, we believe, right?
This is where we certainly first heard it. So, yeah, absolutely. Wow, what an interesting pursuit here, and it's going to be curious to find out what all the details of this are, of course, once it's all done here. But right now, he continues. He's in a nice, well-lit area here. Good for officers, considering this guy has his lights turned off. And again, if you're just joining us by chance here at, coming up on 1 o'clock in the morning here on NBC4, this is a pursuit that we first started covering during our 11 p.m. newscast. This is a stolen Toyota. The driver of the car appears to be a young male. Some reports have this the person to be 17 years old, although the Inglewood Police Department has not been able to confirm that. There's also some mention that he may be affiliated with a gang. We've seen the driver holding his hand out of the window at times, flashing what appeared to us to be gang signals. Inglewood PD, still the lead agency pursuing this guy. He's driven through several other jurisdictions, including Manhattan Beach, LA County, LAPD. But right now, Inglewood's holding onto it, although they do have an LAPD helicopter overhead. That's I believe the second LAPD helicopter that's been involved after the first one needed to depart the scene to go get fuel. And right now, we just watched as this guy made one of the longest straight runs there for a while, because for the most part, he's been making turn after turn after turn. And now we're watching him back into his familiar pattern here of driving in the center turn lane, occasionally even driving opposing traffic. At one point, driving into a gas station and colliding with an Inglewood police vehicle. That is, of course, going to elevate the level of charges that will be brought against this guy when they go to prosecute him. A lot of stuff that this guy has done wrong here, and a lot of reasons why the Inglewood Police Department wants to bring him to justice. Pit maneuver, I can tell you the rules that normally apply to the CHP, and I'm sure these rules are similar for some of the local jurisdictions that do it. CHP normally will only use the pit if the speeds are 35 miles an hour or below. Otherwise, the risk level of doing it is just too great. I am not clear if the Inglewood Police Department does the pit maneuver, but I can tell you that from the looks of things, they are probably one of the agencies that does not do it. And here you go into an intersection here. He slows down greatly as he comes across La Brea. Officers all then slowing down in sequence there, and then the guy will speed back up again. But the pit maneuver, they certainly have had some opportunities, a few opportunities to do it, and they did not. So it's our belief that the pit maneuver is probably not in their list of tools that they can use. Now, I do know that the city of Hawthorne has used the pit maneuver as we've seen over the years. So if this guy got down into the community of Hawthorne, it could actually bode in their favor if they asked Hawthorne to get involved and pit this guy. But so far, no indication of a pit from Inglewood. Also, the spike strip, another possibility. But unfortunately, since he's been driving so erratic and they just don't know where he's going to go, trying to lay down a spike strip, unfortunately, makes for some tough planning there. They just don't know, where he's going to be. He's currently eastbound. Looks like he's on Century, I believe, crossing under the 405 once again. Yeah, that is definitely Century. He comes up to La Cienega. And once again, he turns northbound on La Cienega. We've seen him on this stretch several times here. So this is kind of part of his circuit here. And again, for me, I would think that the Inglewood Police Department would probably be considering, they'd be looking at the idea of possibly putting a spike strip down here. We're going to be actually having to depart here for fuel in the next couple minutes. So unfortunately, we're going to have to depart the scene here, but we're going to continue to watch this as long as we can while we start to make our way out of the area here. But here you go, back to Arbor Vitae across the 405. Oh, look at this, right at another vehicle. That car pulls over. Another close call. Well, we'll give you the wide shot here because to me, this shot really always tells the big picture here. You see the number of officers involved. That's the LAPD helicopter that you see off the right side of your picture there, providing the searchlight there, that night sun searchlight, which has been so valuable during this pursuit. And again, this guy, once again now on the west side of Hollywood Park Racetrack now, as he kind of makes his slow trek southbound here. The LAPD helicopter has done a great job of keeping this guy in their sights, even with jumbo jet traffic going into LAX passing by. So kudos to them and to the Inglewood Police Department for keeping it safe and doing a great job of keeping their cool during what has been a very intense pursuit here. But right now he's back westbound. I believe he's on Century. Look at that cross traffic right there. He goes through a red light, and he does this move every time here. He slows down right after he comes through the light, and all the officers have to slow down. There they all are. Now he's in the wrong lanes of traffic once again. Again, part of this familiar pattern that we've gotten to see with this guy. And he's making his way back off to the west and towards LAX once again. And again, thankfully for the law enforcement helicopters on this, no airplanes coming in from east to west tonight. Just airplanes coming in over the ocean at this hour. So hopefully Inglewood PD can get this one taken care of. But there you go. There's some pedestrians out on the street, and that's kind of this new thing that we're really seeing. It hasn't been all that bad for about the last hour or so, but now we're starting to see people making their way out onto the street to watch this pursuit. Please, if you see the pursuit coming your way, at least stay, on your property, well out of the way, and don't get involved here. It's the last thing the Inglewood PD needs. Fortunately, the problem is that there are so few people out at this time of night. If this guy gets out and runs and you're out there trying to watch the pursuit, you could be mistaken for a suspect just purely because they don't know who this guy is. They don't know who you are. It's really best for everybody if you stay inside. There's someone on the corner right there waving at the officers. Not what police really want to see at this point.
No, not what any of us want to see, and especially when you're in those residential areas. Alex Calder, thank you very much, who has been monitoring this pursuit for us. We want to make sure that you get out of there and get the gas that News Chopper 4 needs.